In one of my first videos, I briefly discussed the three main areas for improving your sexual market value, and those were your social status, your wealth and success, and your physique and health. And while there are many subcategories within each of these three areas, the area I want to focus on in this video is height, which is going to fall under your physique and health. Now, a lot of men seem to erroneously regard height as the sort of apex of physical achievement. They dwell on their own insecurities if they're short, and since society and women often place such a large emphasis on height, they often find themselves fixating on this aspect of their physical appearance that they really cannot change. So I'm here to help remove that mindset and dispel all the bullshit. First, let's begin by navigating your sexual market value. Most people look at this in the form of a number between 1 through 10. And the scale, 10 is obviously handsome, 5 is considered to be average, and 1 is ugly or not desirable. Most short men seem to think that because they are short, it instantly puts them at a 3 on the scale simply because they're 5'5" or 5'6", and this is far from correct. The maximum any characteristic or attribute can affect you on the scale is +1 or -1. For example, if you are 5'6", the maximum your height can affect you with regards to the scale is simply by moving you down 1 point. Here's a short cheat sheet guide on navigating height. If you're 5 foot to 5'6", it's -1, 5'7" to 5'11", it's average, and 6 foot to 6'5", it's +1. The only case where you may go up or down on the scale significantly is due to being in an extreme. Just like a billionaire is considered the top 0.01% of men, someone who is 7'3" is also in the top 0.01% of men. In this rare circumstance, you would gain more than 1 point. And likewise, and unfortunately for those men who are significantly short, if you're below 5 foot, you are likely to go down more than 1 point. Secondly, there are certain people in areas where traits seem to matter more than others. For example, in the world of online dating, women often care more about height and money because their range of options is larger. More options means they can be more picky. Additionally, if you're in an area where most of the men are tall, your shortness will stand out more and you would likely be judged and compared almost unfairly. Keep in mind, however, that in the grand scheme of things, this is far outside the regular norms. The term small man syndrome and Napoleon complex are phrases used to describe men who are often being insecure about their height. So if you ever feel yourself being called these things, you may want to take a step back and look at how you're approaching your own shortness. The worst way to deal with height is to be insecure about it, and as most men on Red Pill preach, the best way to deal with almost anything is simply stop giving a fuck. Recently on Red Pill, there was a post stating that all men who are short should invest in lifts because being short will not help you succeed in life. In my opinion, this is by far some of the worst advice I've ever heard. I agree, being short does place you at a disadvantage. However, embracing your shortness through lifts, in my opinion, is a sign of insecurity, and insecurity will ultimately dissolve to failure. We often mock women for wearing padded bras, tummy tucks, or makeup to hide their own features, so why as men would we resort to the same tactics? As with everything, the most Red Pill method to dealing with your height is simply, once again, stop giving a fuck. I mean, you can also start working out and dressing better too. These help as well.